Uh, all right, let's try that again. What the hell was that? Welcome to Hump Day Drinking with Coleman. That's what it is. It's Hump Day Drinking with Coleman. I, of course, just sit here, get drunk. Bam. All right, now we're cooking with grease. All right, there it is. Yeah. Hey, Sean. Mm, mm. Whoo, I needed this one. I needed this. I just opened it and I'm already right here. Today's been a day. Mm, mm, mm. Whoo. So refreshing. So refreshing. I'm upset because I wake up really, 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 really early in the morning to produce the John Ostley Morning Show. And I usually set my alarm for about 3 a.m. And I don't get enough sleep as it is because of how I work. Hey, Sherry. So this morning, of course, if you live in the New Orleans area, we had the big lightning storm and a possible tornado. So the little alert went off at 2 a.m. in the morning. I just had nodded off maybe around 10:30, right at the wrestling, so around 10 o'clock. I nodded off thinking I'm finally going to get the proper amount of sleep, 8 hours of sleep. Nope. My phone went, bam, 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 and it was that tornado alarm alert that happened at 2 a.m. And every time we get these alerts, whether it's an amber alert, an amber alarm alert, or a severe weather alert, the alert always happens at the best part of the dream. Like I get into the REM sleep, right? And the dream is just going along. There's always that one part of the dream where the woman invites you into the bedroom, or the woman invites you into the hotel room, or the woman invites you on the date, and you know you're about to get lucky. Then something crazy happens. And this time it was the alarm going, it was like, why does it always happen at the best part of the dream? And then it broke me out of my sleep, so I don't have to go to work for like 2 hours now. So now I'm just up, and I'm afraid to go back to sleep, because if I go back to sleep, I'm not really going to wake up like I want to go to my job. So I had to stay up. So I went up, I took it like a champ, had to drive through the severe weather, make sure everything was working properly before the show, because it's electronic. It's a lot of electronics in the building. So every time I go in, I run like a little test and all that. Cool. I'm soaking wet, and that's all good. Go there, do my job, right? I'm thinking to myself, okay, we finished the show. We don't have any meetings. Good. So I can go straight home. We didn't have any conference calls. We didn't have any meetings. So I'm going to go straight home and go to sleep, right? Thought that was the plan. I said, look, but I do have to wake up to do my hump day drinking. Then I get home, go to sleep, and my phone rings. And it was one of them scam risk people, like an hour into the sleep. I'm just sleeping for an hour. My phone goes off, and it says scam risk. And it only rang one time, scam risk. And I know most people say, well, why don't you cut your phone off before you go to bed? If I do that and something important happens and I miss it, like if something happens with a family member or a friend, or something happens with my job, I do want to wake up to take those kind of calls and those kind of texts. And sometimes they happen. And that's why I keep my phone on and I keep the volume up. But for the most part, there's always alerts at weird times of the night, scam risks. Never get drunken hot texts from women like, hey, you up? Like just a woman that went out, got super smashed at a club one night, and then I just pop into her brain like on a Saturday night, like, I'm drunk as bleep, you up? I want to come over. Never in my lifetime got those texts. And I would always hear people talk about it. I didn't even know that was like a real thing, like the drunk text. I didn't know women did that because I never got one, but I've seen women do it to other dudes. So I've seen some of my female friends do it, and I've heard about dudes getting them, but I never got one. Like I never got a drunk text. And I think that kind of shows you where you stand on a totem pole of priority and importance, right? Because what happens is, even if a woman hates you, if she drunk texts you, at least she's thinking about you. That's how, you're on her mind. Yeah, it is a first world problem. But I just happen to live in the first world. So it's one of my problems. Rob. But yeah. So And I've seen girls do this. I've seen girls like, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. And then they get drunk and just start texting the dude that they hate, talking about, can I come see you? It was like, they really like this dude. I wonder why I don't get texts like this from girls in my past. Why come none of my exes or none of my girls in my past or any girl that I know in general never completely text me while they're smashed? I'm starting to, maybe I'm not as awesome as no, that can't be it. That can't be it. I posted a Facebook post one day like, how come women don't drunk text me? They say because they know you're too important and your time is too valuable and you're doing big things for people and they don't want to interrupt what you got going on. So they're less likely to drunk text you because even in their drunken nature, even in their drunken state, they know that you're important and they don't want to jeopardize whatever you're doing that is so important. Or at least that's what they tell me. What's going on, Jimmy? Speaking of exes, I came across this weird news story. This woman found out that her boyfriend was cheating on her, right? So they broke up, and the dude ended up going to jail. But the dude that went to jail never got around to telling the mistress, like, or the side chick, that he was in jail. So the side chick didn't know where he was at. But the original girlfriend had his cell phone, right? So the side chick was texting, trying to figure out where the dude was at. Well, the main chick was like, oh, he's dead. You know, practical joke. The dude's dead when he was really in jail. So now the side chick is all mourning and all that. But I get it. Ex revenge. You want to get revenge. They messed up your relationship. The dude's in jail. The mistress probably doesn't know that the guy is in a relationship, but maybe she does. Either way, the main chick got her little sweet practical joke on. Nah, he's dead. That's why he's not responding to your texts and all that, this, that, and other. Well, the main chick took it a step further and had a whole funeral for the dude. Like, she actually set up a funeral, a location, a plot. They got dressed in black. She sent out invitations. It was all up in the obituary just to prove to that girl, the side chick, that this dude was really dead. And the the side chick actually sent like her condolences at the funeral. But the dude's alive in jail. Now, I understand getting revenge on your ex. I completely understand that to a certain extent. But to go so far and so beyond as to conduct a whole fake funeral, now you're spending money. I think that's where I draw the line at. I think even if I want to get revenge on somebody, even if I want to get back at somebody, even if I want to prove a point to somebody, if it's coming out of my pocket, that's when I have to reconsider it. When it's coming out of my time, my schedule, because she had to schedule the funeral. It wasn't like she just had one. She had to schedule it. She had to spend money on roses and wreaths and black dresses. She spent her own money just for the satisfaction of getting back at the guy that cheated on her. Look, money is where I draw the line at. I'm all for a good prank. I'm all for a good joke. But I'm not for wasting my money just to see the look on your face. Women's is crazy. They do a lot of stuff like they're willing to spend money just to see somebody's face go, and they'll say completely worth it. The look on his face was completely worth it. They'll risk jail time just to get back at somebody. They'll risk violence and property damage and vandalism. They will risk all this just to say, hi, I got you back for everything you did to me. I've seen this other crazy ex story where this woman, she broke into her ex-boyfriend's dorm room and put wood chips in the guy's bed. Did they have a joint account? She may have. You're right, she may have. I haven't considered that. See, yeah, I'm what you call that? Relationship inexperience. So I don't know how, like, once you get deep, I've never had a relationship over a year. As a matter of fact, my longest relationship, 6 months. That's the best I could do. So anything, when it start getting to that area of living together, in that area of combined bank accounts and all that, or combined Facebook pages, That's miles and miles away from me. I have 0% experience in how that arrangement works. You know, I'm more of will she just text back. That's how far. Like, I wonder if she's gonna text me back after the day. That's the most worry that I have. What up, Papa like PJ? Oh, and then a couple weeks ago we was talking about this on the John Oslin Morning Show about the ex-girlfriend that drove her SUV into her ex-boyfriend's funeral. Now this dude actually died. Like, they had broke up before she died, but this dude actually died. And when he died, the ex-girlfriend was posting all kind of negative stuff about him. Asked Andre Rison about crazy women. Left out Lopez's birthday. Yeah, she did. And she's in a place now. Better or worse, I'm not really sure. What up, John? So the dude actually died, and when he died, the ex-girlfriend was putting all kind of negative posts about him on her social media page. And the ex-boyfriend's family was seeing the posts like, man, this girl is really going ham on on our guy, on our son, and on our cousin, and on our brother, and whatnot. You know, all the family. What's up, Bosco? Hey, it's the captain. I read one of your texts earlier. So yeah, so they were like, well, if you're gonna post all this nonsense about your ex, then we don't want you at the funeral. Like, why come to the funeral if you feel this negatively towards the boyfriend, right? Well, sure enough, here's the day of the funeral. And who decided to show up? Well, it's the ex-girlfriend that was saying all the negative stuff about the dude on Facebook, on Instagram, and on social media. Well, they recognized her SUV, so they went over there, and they was like, look, we told you that you're not welcome here. You said all kind of negative stuff about the dude. Well, we're trying to memorialize him and bury him and have an honorable funeral for him. We believe you're going to mess it up because of the negative stuff that you said. We would rather you not be here. Well, what did she go on and do? She goes, just drives her SUV in the whole cemetery, where the burial plot was and everything. She just started riding around and trying to hit the alive people. She didn't aim for the coffin. But she was aiming for the people at the funeral. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So she was aiming for the people at the funeral. And, you know, they got her, and she's in jail now, and they asked her, they said, well, why did you try to run over the people at the funeral? She said she was in fear of her life. They thought by her showing up at the funeral, well, she thought by her showing up at the funeral that they were going to attack her. She felt like her life was in danger when they approached the vehicle, so she just started trying to run the people over or whatnot. But my thing is, if you felt like these people were going to do something negative towards you, why even show up? Because they told you not to show up. That's like somebody tell me, hey, don't go to this bar because everybody at the bar hates you, and if they go, they're going to jump you. Then I say, you know what? I think I feel like going to that bar then. And then when I go to the bar and they tell me not to come in because they might beat me up, I just drive my car into the bar and then get mad at them. Well, why'd you drive your car into the bar? Oh, because I was afraid that they might jump me. But they told you they might jump you, or they told you wasn't welcome to begin with. So why do you do it? I don't know. I wanted to pay my respects. I wanted to drink my beer. So that sent me down this whole rabbit hole of crazy ex stories, right? I think one of the weirdest ones was this guy broke up with this girl. So what the girl did, she took all of the guy's negative emails and text messages, and she created a PDF file with all of the back and forth between him and her, and she sent the PDF file and emailed it to the dude's parents. All right, that's what she did. And I was thinking about that real heavily because that confused the crap out of me. Like, all right, I'm not sure how relationship rules are supposed to go, but isn't it a bit intrusive if the person you with has both of your parents' private email addresses? Is that going too far, or is that standard for a relationship? Like, I think that's a bit intrusive. I think if I'm with somebody, I'll be kind of skeptical to give them my parents' personal email address. Now, maybe I'll give them their business email address and they can do business together. But the idea of having somebody know, like, I don't know, like, I'm not really, I don't feel comfortable having, like, women's friends, family, and email addresses in my personal contact lists. Like, when I'm with a woman, I don't associate with her friends because her friends are her friends. I don't associate with her family because her family is her family. If she have kids, I don't play father and all that. But, and I wouldn't give my family's phone number to anybody that I'm with. You know, I think there should be some sort of compartmentalization. Like, I keep my family, I keep my work, I keep my friends, and I keep my relationship. Like, I keep all four of those things separate. I don't want my relationships to interfere with my friends. I don't want my friends to interfere with my work. I don't want my work to interfere with my family. I don't want my family to interfere with my relationships and all that. I don't want my relationships to interfere with my work and my work to interfere with my job, like my work to interfere with my job. But you get what I mean? I keep everything separate on purpose. I don't like the worlds to blend, you know? If I'm having a family function, I don't want my coworkers in my family function. If I'm having a coworker party, I don't want my friends and family going to the coworker party. Like, I want to keep everyone separate because once you start mingling people together, that calls for all kind of drama. Now you got to mix worlds. You got to keep track with all your lies. Because I probably told my coworkers that I have a family function, but then my family's like, well, what are y'all going to do Saturday? And my coworker's like, well, he told me y'all was doing something. That's why he couldn't come to the meeting. And then I'm like, that's why they want y'all together, because I be lying about my schedule all the time. Sometimes my family be wanting to hang out, but I'd be like, no, I have to have a meeting. But if my family can get in touch with my coworkers, then my coworkers be like, he doesn't have a meeting. What is he talking about? Or vice versa. I might be wanting to get out of a meeting. So I say, man, somebody died. I have to go to a family funeral. But then somebody might tell my coworkers, ain't nobody in this family died. See, I got to keep my people separated so I can lie about my availability to each one of these counterparts, all right? So I don't want them knowing what my moves are. And if you put them all together and they have email addresses, they're going to know my moves and they're going to be able to keep track with me. And now I'm obligated to do certain things like, oh, I can't make it because I have a meeting at work. Well, no, I talked to your coworker who was hanging out today and you don't really have to work. Damn, now I got to go. Shucks. Man, you lose that privilege when people start getting all intertwined with your relationship. But yeah, she sent the email out to the parents. And then they got this weird strain of women, right? Women that keep in touch with their ex's family even after they break up. Now, these are the weirdest kind, all right? So you break up with somebody, but then they're like, well, I'll still hang out with his mom every now and then, or I'll still call his mom every now and then, or I'll still hang out with his sister every now and then. Like, why are you doing that? Like, I think if you are with a person, yeah, you make nice with their family because it's a package deal. If I'm with a woman, yeah, her mom's my mom. I treat her kids with a certain amount of respect, hey, sis, and all that. But if we separated, that's her family. I'm all right. I don't need to see what your mom's up to. I don't need to know what your brothers and your sisters are up to. I'm not trying to hang out with your friends after that. But they got women that do that. They got women that will completely break up with the dude, but still talk to the dude's mom, or the dude's dad, or the dude's sister, or the dude's brother, or the other dude's friends. Like, I was just at the mall with his sister the other day. Like, why are you going to the mall with your ex-boyfriend's sister? Like, I know you're allowed to do this kind of stuff. For instance, Mother's Day just passed by, and I went and saw my mom, and my mom was at my cousin's house, okay? She said, meet me at your cousin's house. All right, cool. So I go to my cousin's house to see my mom for Mother's Day. But here's the trick. The cousin's house that she was by was my dad's side of the family. Like, my mom was hanging out with my dad's side of the family on Mother's Day, but they've been divorced for over 30 years. Well, about 30 years. My mom has not been with my dad for 30 years, so why is my mom hanging out with my dad's people 30 years after they broke up or got a divorce? That does not make any logic. Like, that's way too involved. That is way too involved. Like, Mom, stop it. Let my dad people go. You go celebrate Mother's Day with your people. Now, I guess it's a good thing that my mom does get along with my dad's side of the family. I know that's a positive thing. But for me personally, something about that just doesn't sit right, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. But when you're involved in somebody family that much to where you know their personal email address and when you can hang out without the initial person, your contact person, the guy that y'all met through. That's like me, I'm with a chick, right? But something happens between me and this chick, but I still keep in touch with the rest of her friends around her. You know, like I'll still hang, like I'll still take her son to football practice or something crazy like that. Like that wouldn't that be weird? Having, because now, like, let's say you want to pursue another relationship, but now your ex knows all your business because your family and your friends that she still keeps in touch with are now telling all your business. So I'm going out on a date with this chick, but my mom is telling my ex chick what I'm doing with the current chick because they still keep in contact. Or if I have a sister and I break up with one chick, right, and now the chick is still cool with my sister and my ex are going to the mall together, but I'm about to go to the mall with my current chick and we all bump in together like, hey, that's my sister with my ex. And the new chick's like, well, why'd your sister hanging out with your ex? I was like, I don't know. Compartmentalization. Keep all the stuff separate. Keep all your boundaries intact. Don't commingle everything. Because trust me, it's more organized that way. It's less confusing. And it's less drama. How much I got left? I got that much left? Whew. Well, I hope you enjoyed Hump Day Drinking with Coleman. I'll be doing the regular day drinking on Saturday around 1:15. I hope to see you there on the weekend. Don't forget to share these little videos out. Here's the share button. So don't forget, Saturday, day drinking, Facebook Live, 1:15 p.m. And also tune in to the John Osler Morning Show tomorrow morning at 5:30. We air at 5:30. We're getting the show together now. John is currently texting me, interrupting my live with all the stuff he intends to talk about tomorrow. I think he wants to talk about Instagram for kids and how that's a bad idea. So if you want to hear his thoughts on that, just tune in the morning. And, well, that's your day drinking. Well, your hump day drinking. Bye-bye.